Is it here?
Say congratulations, Mom.
Congratulations.
Go give Mama a big hug.
Look how cool. Face me. No, hold it like this. I got my diploma and I'm opening it.
Congratulations, you've earned this.
What did Daddy get in the mail?
Look at the pluses. What do you think?
It looks so good, Mom.
Looks good?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations!
It is my great pleasure to welcome all of the families, the friends, the administrators, the incredible faculty, and most of all, you, our graduates. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are excited to celebrate with you today.
We will come out of this stronger than when we went in. We've learned so much. We've grown so much. We're still, at the end, focused primarily on students, and everything else is secondary.
Hi, I'm Sean.
And I'm Joanne.
And we're SNHU graduates. I chose SNHU to get a bachelor's and a master's.
I chose SNHU so I could continue my athletic career.
I just received my degree from SNHU.
SNHU was really supportive of my disability and allowed me to stay engaged in my classes while still attending doctor's appointments.
I am Michelle Barnhart, and I'm a SNU graduate. As a student, SNHU made me feel like I belonged because they were always there for me whenever I needed them.
Everyone's path is different, but the destination and the dream are the same. To hold that degree and say to the world, I'm a college graduate. I did it.
At Southern New Hampshire University, you aren't just a student. You're the author of your own story. You don't just dream, you do. Where others see challenges, you see opportunities. You persevere in spite of everything life throws at you. When things get hard, you dig deep and find a way to push through. And after tackling late nights and rallying for early mornings, your hard work has finally paid off. And today, we are proud to call you graduates.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jennifer Bachelor, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the first ever Southern New Hampshire University virtual commencement. We are thrilled to be celebrating our graduates with their families, friends, as well as our faculty and staff who are watching from all over the world today. We are so proud of all you've accomplished and are very much looking forward to the opportunity to recognize your academic achievements in person as soon as we can. I would like to now ask everyone, if you are able, to please rise for the singing of our national anthem, sung by Jessica Caldwell, a director of academic advising here at SNHU.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jessica. Welcome everyone to this year's commencement ceremonies. We're broadcasting this ceremony live, though many of you may be watching it later, depending on where you are. We have students from around the globe. Time zones may dictate that you watch this with your family at another time. And you might be sitting wherever you are, thinking, well, this isn't the commencement ceremony we planned on. We've thought that more than once. And you wouldn't be wrong. But I want to recall a conversation I had with Laurie Santos from earlier this year. Laurie is an amazing faculty member at Yale, and we had a conversation. You'll hear from her later today as our commencement speaker. And we had a conversation earlier this year in which I was asking her about the impact of the pandemic on our students and the toll it was taking. And she said, yeah, it's been tough, but these students may be the most close-knit class that we'll ever produce. That years from now, decades from now, when they meet each other, they will have this bond. They will be the ones who studied and completed and graduated during a pandemic, something that none of us has ever experienced before, and I hope we won't ever again. And she also reminded me that this is a year in which, despite all the suffering, and it was considerable, life also flourished. People fell in love, people proposed, were married, babies were born. Businesses closed, but a lot of businesses started in the midst of this. And people throughout showed amazing kindness and compassion. And against that backdrop, college degrees were completed as well. You finished. And you did so showing resilience and courage and sacrifice, and many with a burden that was much more than could be expected of you. There are frontline workers in this graduating class. There are public health workers in this graduating class, public safety people, medical professionals. You did all that our society asked of you and more, and you also completed your college degree. We stand in awe. So we celebrate today in this virtual way because that's what public health dictates. And we've made a promise to you that as soon as we can safely do so, we'll have a physical commencement ceremony. And I would love to greet you on stage, see you in the audience. But take pride in this accomplishment. Take more pride in this accomplishment, not less. We will brag about you more in the years to come, not less. We will remember you more vividly, not less. You are an amazing class. And don't let distance and virtual space diminish the virtues of this accomplishment. Commencements are important, really important. They are the parade through the city streets when the team has won the championship. But no one confuses the parade for the game. Parades are not the championships. You won that game in the long hours of being a student and writing papers, completing exams. And when you finished your last class, I know you remember that day, the last assignment was handed in and earned your degree, and in that moment you won the championship. You come into this day the champions of your own story and of our hearts, and we are incredibly proud. Let the ceremonies begin. It's my pleasure to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Dr. Laurie Santos of Yale University. Laurie has received a Doctorate of Humane Letters for her contributions to the social sciences, and more importantly, for her guidance, which has taken on national prominence for how to lead a healthier and happier life. Laurie is an incredibly influential figure who's taught us about resiliency, positive psychology, and in a way that doesn't neglect the genuine challenges and suffering in the world, but instead talks about how we build a meaningful and happy life despite, and in some cases, because of what we've been through. Laurie is perhaps the most apt speaker we could have for this incredible year that we've just been through together. I'm happy to introduce Dr. Laurie Santos.
Hello and good afternoon to everyone watching this 2021 Southern New Hampshire University Commencement Address. To President LeBlanc and all the members of the faculty and staff, to all the honored guests, to the family and friends of everyone at Southern New Hampshire University, and last but definitely not least, to all the graduates here with me today, the Spring 2020, Fall 2020, and Spring 2021 classes. Thank you so much for having me here today. I can't tell you what an honor it is to speak to your commencement class in particular. Simply put, your class is amazing. I'm looking out over this video screen at 45,000 graduates, on-campus and off-campus learners, scholars from all 50 states and more than 50 countries, people from all walks of life who share this love of learning and have come to Southern New Hampshire University to become scholars. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you for all your accomplishments, big and small, that you've had over the last few years. But I also want to congratulate you on the fact that you've managed to achieve all these accomplishments in one of the most challenging times our country and our world has ever seen. I'm sure that when you signed up to go to college, you didn't think you'd be getting your degree in the middle of a global pandemic. In the last 15 months, all our lives have changed in ways that nobody could have imagined. But in spite of all of those challenges, you're all sitting here today proudly watching this virtual commencement address. You're ready to head off into this new, nearly post-pandemic world with your degree. And that is incredible. You all rock, and you should be really, really proud of yourself. And so when I started thinking about the kinds of things I could say during this virtual commencement address, I wanted to address all the uncertainty and all the difficulty that we've all been facing. But to be totally frank, being a virtual commencement speaker in 2021 is kind of hard, because the usual task of a commencement speaker is to give you some wise and very sure of itself advice, something that you can use for the future. But right now, we're celebrating all of your achievements at a time when the future seems more uncertain than ever. I mean, I am a scientist and a happiness expert, but this is still my first global pandemic. I'm not sure what the next few months or even the next few years hold. And so when I thought what I could tell you during this kind of challenging, strange, uncertain time, I wanted to go back to something that I know will work, something that science tells me is advice that I can be sure of. And so I want to give you a strategy that is known by science to improve not just your physical health, but also your happiness. And that strategy is that I want you to take some time to experience gratitude, the simple act of counting your blessings. Now, feeling grateful right now in such a challenging time can be difficult. It's also a little countercultural. These days, we're more likely to count our hassles than our blessings. But research shows that gratitude can help, especially during difficult times. Grateful people are not only happier, but healthier. They sleep better, and they have stronger immune function. Gratitude can reduce depression and anxiety, and it also can make you more productive. No matter what job you are off to right now, gratitude can make you perform a little bit better. It can also help you with the big things in life, like saving for retirement and eating more healthily. You're less likely to procrastinate if you're feeling grateful, and it's a kind of strategy that can benefit you a lot in the future. And so, in the few minutes I have with you, I wanted to try it. I want you to experience some gratitude. So, bear with me wherever you are. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a minute to just recognize how lucky you are to come to a place like Southern New Hampshire University. Think about how lucky you feel and how grateful you are. But even more than that, I want you to take a moment to experience gratitude for all the people who've helped you along the way. Because the fact is, none of you've made this journey on your own. This big accomplishment that you're all experiencing right now, it is something that you share with a huge village. Now, I think soon all of you are going to get your diplomas, and when it arrives, you're going to open it up and look at your name there, in big bold letters. But I want you to remember all the names that are also there in invisible ink, the many, many, many other names that have helped you with this accomplishment. And I want you to remember that they're not written on there in an obvious way, but they are there in invisible ink. On your diploma in invisible ink is going to be the name of your mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, aunties and uncles, cousins, family, friends, grandparents, step-parents, everyone who's been there for you. On that name in invisible ink is going to be countless numbers of friends who've been there for you when you needed them, who've given you advice, who've talked you through the tough times. On there in invisible ink are probably your high school teachers, mentors, coaches, everyone who's been by your side through the long history of learning that you've had. And on that diploma in invisible ink are also going to be generations of people before you who've worked incredibly hard so that one day you could call yourself a college graduate. Now I want you to take a moment to notice how you feel, thinking about how lucky you are, all those names of people who've helped you along the way. That warmth in your chest, maybe some of those almost happy tears you might be shedding right now, that is a genuine feeling of gratitude and connection. It's a feeling that this world has your back. And that's what gratitude can do. It's a performance-enhancing drug, and one that's likely to give you lots more happy feelings in the time to come. Class of 2021, I hope you will take this scientific tip to heart. I speak for everyone else who's watching this when I say that so many of your teachers and family members and friends are incredibly proud of you and incredibly grateful that you've now graduated. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. And here's to deeply and intentionally appreciating all that life brings you from here all out. Congratulations, and thank you for having me as your virtual commencement speaker.
President LeBlanc, I am pleased to introduce the newest graduates of Southern New Hampshire University's Social Sciences programs. The mission of SNHU's Social Sciences Department is to enhance learners' academic experiences within an asynchronous environment and apply evidence and competency-driven knowledge towards self, cultural, and societal improvement. We pride ourselves on providing our learners with a transformative educational experience, never giving up on those who are putting forth the effort to achieve their academic goals. The social sciences are more important than ever during these challenging and uncertain times. Knowledge of human behavior and practical skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, emotional intelligence, research, communication, and ethical reasoning will help you, our graduates, to be change agents in your communities. The human experience is something that unites all of us. In pursuing a social sciences degree, you have followed your aspirations to serve others. You will enter various industries prepared with academic degrees, expertise, and experience in an impressive array of disciplines and specializations, including anthropology, criminal justice, human services, political science, psychology, and sociology, just to name a few. Each of these disciplines provides a unique perspective in understanding ourselves and others. Our lives have been upended over the past year in ways that we could not have imagined. Despite all of the obstacles you may have faced during your academic career, you had the motivation, commitment, and most of all, the perseverance to achieve this incredible milestone of completing your degree. This is an outstanding accomplishment that you should be truly proud of. You know that the key to changing your lives and the lives of your families is education. You have made many sacrifices to get here. You've studied on nights and weekends while juggling many responsibilities in order to obtain your degree. You've been supported by families, friends, and colleagues in your journeys to completing your degree. As you move forward post-graduation, you may now be fulfilling your dreams to enter a social sciences field or reaching new heights in your career. You came to SNHU to challenge yourself to create a different, better future, and you succeeded. Your success solidifies our mission and purpose. You will enter a more complex, dynamic, interconnected, and demanding world than the graduates before you. Through your studies at SNHU and your real-world experiences, you are prepared to succeed in the highly challenging environments that await you in the social sciences fields and positively impact the human experience. To our many faculty, associate deans, advisors, and staff, thank you for all that you have done to contribute to our social sciences graduate success. Your work will have lifelong positive impact on the lives of these graduates. Congratulations to you all, the newest graduates of SNHU's social sciences programs.
At every graduation ceremony, there's one last piece that makes it official. And it's a bit of legal language that I'm required to read. I didn't read it one year when I started at SNHU, so there may be a whole class of people who think they graduated, and they may not have, but don't tell them. But you will be taken care of, so here we go. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Southern New Hampshire University and by the General Court of the State of New Hampshire, I hereby confer the degrees of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Philosophy, International Master of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, and Master of Science. The Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Applied Science, and Bachelor of Science. Associate in Arts, and Associate in Science, with all rights, honors, privileges thereto. Congratulations.
Alexandria Labaro, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jeremy Laboy Prosper, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jakaya Ladau, Bachelor of Arts. Michelle Lama, Bachelor of Arts. Sherry Lancaster, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Elka Landenberger, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Karen Lang, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Lisa Langevin, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Sarah Langsweetser, Bachelor of Arts. Lynn Latsky, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Caitlin Lawler, Bachelor of Arts. Brooke Lehman, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michael Lazarus, Bachelor of Arts. Chelsea Lazo, Bachelor of Arts. Vida Luclo, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Zachary Leek, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Tracy LeBlanc, Bachelor of Arts. Daphne Lede, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Courtney Lee, Bachelor of Arts. Caitlin Lee, Bachelor of Arts. Matthew Lee, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Ariana Lees, Bachelor of Arts. Shelby League, Bachelor of Arts. Jennifer Leiby, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Lauren Lemarchand, Bachelor of Arts. Angela Leonard, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Manrique Linares, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Amira Lindblom, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Brandy Little, Bachelor of Arts. Brett Lloyd, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Laurie Locke, Bachelor of Arts. Kit Tanya Azrael Locken, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kimberly Lodge, Bachelor of Arts. Tina Kim Lofelhall, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sonia Logan, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Lindsay Lokerson, Bachelor of Arts. Kenyetta Long, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Lopez, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Ariana Lopez, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Emmanuel Lopez, Bachelor of Arts. Sherilyn Lopez, Bachelor of Arts. Suhey Lopez, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Carolina Lopez Martinez, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Tracy Lorenzoni, Bachelor of Arts. Charlene Louador, Bachelor of Arts. Celeste Louis, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Lozen, Bachelor of Arts. Stacia McDonald, Bachelor of Arts. Rhonda McGregor, Bachelor of Arts. Jennifer Mesha, Bachelor of Arts. Audrey McGee, Bachelor of Arts. Sean Mahan, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Crystal Malabuyo, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Alyssa Mangrai, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Haley Mantini, Bachelor of Arts. Jeanette Marco, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Brian Marcus, Bachelor of Arts. Stephanie Marin, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Rachel Marinez, Bachelor of Arts. Anastasia Marino, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Deanna Marks, Bachelor of Arts. Christy Marling, Bachelor of Arts. Stephanie Marquez Green, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Jessica Marsh, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sarah Marsh, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Ashton Marshall, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jill Marshall, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Molly Martell, Bachelor of Arts. Vincent Martinelli, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Christine Lakina Mason, Bachelor of Arts. Siona Mason, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Hannah Madison, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kenneth Mattingly, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Brenna Matuzek, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Regina Mauna Kea, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Sonia Mayberry, Bachelor of Arts. Alyssa Mayo, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Caitlin McBride, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Chloe McCaffrey, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Darian McCall, Bachelor of Arts. Christina McCann, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Caitlin McCarthy, Bachelor of Arts. Caitlin McConaughey, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Megan McCormick, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Caitlin McCormick, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Nicole McCormick, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Lysandra McCurdy, Bachelor of Arts. Melanie McDonald, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Acacia McDowell, Bachelor of Arts. Tishel McDowney, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Angela McGinnis, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. William McGinnis, Bachelor of Arts. Honesty McGraw, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Megan Gurry, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Alice McKenna, Bachelor of Arts. Teria McKnight, Bachelor of Arts. Crystal McLaren, Bachelor of Arts. Katie McLaughlin, Bachelor of Arts. Ashley McLeod, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah McMahon, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Corey McQuilkin, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Sandra McQuillan Dodd, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Alexa McTeague, Bachelor of Arts. Jacqueline McVeidong, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Zuleika Medina, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Aaron Meeting, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Danielle Mejias, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Eleanor Melanson, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Beatrice Melnick, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Nadia Mina, Bachelor of Arts. Diana Mendez, Bachelor of Arts. Brenda Menz, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Darnell Mentor, Bachelor of Arts. Joyce Meredith, Bachelor of Arts. Octavia Merrill, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jennifer Merritt, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Emily Methot, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Latasha Meyer, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Megan Meyer, Bachelor of Arts. Julie Myers, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Carrie Michaud, Bachelor of Arts. Justine Mickelson, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Anya Miller, Bachelor of Arts. Keith Miller, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Krista Miller, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Micaiah Miller, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Stephanie Millette, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Alexis Miranda, Bachelor of Arts. Adelia Mitchell, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Chelsea Mitchell, Bachelor of Arts. Edwina Mitchell, Bachelor of Arts. Chelsea Moats, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Leah Moisan, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Kevin Mall, Bachelor of Arts. Gina Maletti, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Amber Montgomery Cork, Bachelor of Arts. Amanda Moody, Bachelor of Arts. Adam Moore, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. David W. Moore Jr., Bachelor of Arts. Rebecca Moore, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Samantha Moore, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Renata Morales, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kristen Morrow, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Robert Morrow, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Eliza Moreno, Bachelor of Arts. Erin Morgan, Bachelor of Arts. Sashuna Morgan, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Rebecca Morin, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Andrea Morris, Bachelor of Arts. Carly Morris, Bachelor of Arts. Heather Morissette, Bachelor of Arts. Jennifer Mort, Bachelor of Arts. Kelsey Moss, Bachelor of Arts. Jasmine Mudd Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Angela Muela, Bachelor of Arts. Thomas Mullinox, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. India Munoz, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Jessica Monroe, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Nicole Murdy, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Shayla Murray, Bachelor of Arts. Amber Murray, Bachelor of Arts. Lee Musmacher, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Lauren Naidu, Bachelor of Arts. Martha Nashef, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Allison Noggle, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Beatrice Ndegwa, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Molly Neagle, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Riche Ned, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Tanya Marie Neff, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kristen Namer, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah Nellenbach, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Dathan Nelson, Bachelor of Arts. Judel Ralph Narrett, Bachelor of Arts. Tina Newberry, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michael Newman, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Orwan Nilkum Heng, Bachelor of Arts. Autumn Nixon, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Marjorie Noel, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Christopher Norris, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Ryan Matthew Norris, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Mary Bridget Norton, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Elika Nunez, Bachelor of Arts. Lacey O'Brien, Bachelor of Arts. Morgan O'Connor, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Shauna O'Connor Wolf, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Rhiannon O'Shea, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Dwayne Osteen, Bachelor of Arts. Kristen O'Toole, Bachelor of Arts. Emmanuel Obang, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brittany O'Brien, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Erica Olaric, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Victoria Oliveira, Bachelor of Arts. Sheila Olivier, Bachelor of Arts. Gregory Alshan, Bachelor of Arts. Jody Olson, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Amanda Raya Ortiz, Bachelor of Arts. Catherine Ostrander, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Cassandra Umsang, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Janaka Owens, Bachelor of Arts. Christine Peath, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Susanna Panasiuk, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Camilla Pandora, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Samantha Paolucci, Bachelor of Arts. Jarcine Parfait, Bachelor of Arts. Kashina Parisi, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Parker, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Shelby Parks, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Donald Partlow, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Consandra Patterson, Bachelor of Arts. Corey Patterson, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Madison Paul, Bachelor of Arts. Mark Pauley, Bachelor of Arts. Christy Paxton, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Justine Payne, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Lindsay Payne, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Larisha Payton, Bachelor of Arts. Tammy Petchin, Bachelor of Arts. Martha Peck, Bachelor of Arts. Heather Pena, Bachelor of Arts. Stephanie Perales, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Amy Perez, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Alexandra Perkins, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Rachel Peters, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Cassie Peterson, Bachelor of Arts. Richanne Patrigno, Bachelor of Arts. Amanda Philbin, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Julie Phillips, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Lee Phillips, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Pollyanna Perez, Bachelor of Arts. Sindra Poe, Bachelor of Arts. Amanda Poyer, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Makeda Polite, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Heather Pollock, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Sydney Kirsten Poole, Bachelor of Arts. Laura Pooler, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Nadia Pope, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jessica Porterfield, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. James Potts, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Aurea Powell, Bachelor of Arts. Carla Powell, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. April Prollett, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Evelyn Pratt, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Mason Pratt, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Ashley Prescott, Bachelor of Arts. Envo Price, Bachelor of Arts. Jennifer Price, Bachelor of Arts. Renee Pricer, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Eric Pritchard, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sasha Proctor, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Fallon Pulis, Bachelor of Arts. Dana Pye, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Sydney Quario, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Alina Quickle, Bachelor of Arts. Liam Quinn, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Erica Quintero, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michael Radkiewicz, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Abrar Rahman Namir, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Samantha Rainville, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. John Ramirez, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jocelyn Ramirez, Bachelor of Arts. Joshua Ramirez, Bachelor of Arts. Lindsay Ramirez, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Ruby Ramirez, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Estefany Rangel, Bachelor of Arts. Angela Kraus, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jennifer Ray, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Joanna Ray, Bachelor of Arts. Iasia Reeves, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah Retch, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Reedy, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Antoine Reese, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jeremy Reese, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Reese, Bachelor of Arts. Jose Regalado, Bachelor of Arts. Catherine Rybold, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Brittany Reed, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michelle Reed, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Donna Ryder, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Lydia Reynolds, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jessie Rice, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Pamela Rice, Bachelor of Arts. Tiffany Richardson, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Benjamin Richwine, Bachelor of Arts. Annie Rydell, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Christopher Reilly, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Ashley Riley, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Shannon Riley, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Sherry Reinhardt Nelson, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Angela Rios, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Elizabeth Ritaco, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Frida X. Rivas, Bachelor of Arts. Amara Rivera, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Janine Rivera, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jennifer Rivera, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Rebecca Rivera, Bachelor of Arts. Melissa Roach, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Rachel Rourke, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Reba Roberts, Bachelor of Arts. Desiree Robinson, Bachelor of Arts. Heather Rodick, Bachelor of Arts. Jose Rodriguez, Bachelor of Arts. Majadi Rodriguez, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Rafael Rodriguez, Bachelor of Arts. Deanna Rodriguez, Bachelor of Arts. Amanda Rogers, Bachelor of Arts. Hannah Rogers, Bachelor of Arts. Neela Roldan, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Claudia Romero, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Sherry Rondo, Bachelor of Arts. Jolene Ronsley, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Nicole Rosa, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Andrew Ross, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Malika Ross, Bachelor of Arts. Kelly Rossi, Bachelor of Arts. Ashley Rowe, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Tiffany Rowe, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Eileen Roybal, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Kelsey Rubio, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Shantae Ruff, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Yosera Ruiz, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Amber Rupert, Bachelor of Arts. Amy Rushlow, Bachelor of Arts. Christy Russell, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Karen Ruzicka, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sabrina Ryba, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michelle Razaza, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Eve Safari, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Safavimer, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Lisa Salas, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Vanessa Salgado, Bachelor of Arts. Charles Samuels, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Julius Sanchez, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brandy Sandoval, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Mieko Sano, Bachelor of Arts. Kimberlyn Sansone, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Francis Santos, Bachelor of Arts. Lisa Santucci, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Sarsland, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Monica Saul, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Catherine Salisbury, Bachelor of Arts. Alexandria Shermers, Bachelor of Arts. Courtney Schnitker, Bachelor of Arts. Brittany Schroeder, Bachelor of Arts. Chelsea Shue, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Cara Schuler, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Rachel Schumacher, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Abigail Schwer, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Autumn Scott, Bachelor of Arts. Caitlin Seeger, Bachelor of Arts. Andrew Saccaricio, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jennifer Sievers, Bachelor of Arts. Lisa Siebold, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Melanie Seiler, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Tricia Schenk, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Renata Sharp, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Angela May Shaver, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Laura Shelton, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Deborah Shepard, Bachelor of Arts. Margaret Scheidler, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Annette Shiflett, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Modest Shipman, Bachelor of Arts. Markia Shivers, Bachelor of Arts. Tammy Shoaib, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Pamela Shriver, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Billie Jean Shuckhart, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Thomas Schultz, Bachelor of Arts. Alexis Sias, Bachelor of Arts. Savannah Silva, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jacqueline Silverwood, Bachelor of Arts. Matthijs Simmons, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Thea Simon Abraham, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Jasmine Simpson, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Simpson, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Andiana Sims, Bachelor of Arts. Melissa Singh, Bachelor of Arts. Michelle Singletary, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sherry Siriotis, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Marissa Sloan, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Lakeisha Smiley, Bachelor of Arts. Amanda Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Donald Smith, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Fatima Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Gloria Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Jasper Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Lily Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Nina Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Richard Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Solange Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Tiffany Smith, Bachelor of Arts. Casey Swallow, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jody Saxo, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Naisha Solis, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Ibtisama Solomon, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Soper, Bachelor of Arts. Amanda Sowers, Bachelor of Arts. Rachel Sowers, Bachelor of Arts. Tara Spanarelli, Bachelor of Arts. Here Abel Span, Bachelor of Arts. Jamie Speaks, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Leah Spears, Bachelor of Arts. Nicosia Spence, Bachelor of Arts. Jonas Spivey, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Faith Sprigg, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Dame Shaw Springs, Bachelor of Arts. James St. Denis, Bachelor of Arts. Marie St. Louis, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Darcy Staller, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jillian Stark, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Amanda Statler, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Crystal Stevens, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Lauren Stevens, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Andrea Sturba, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah Sturlace, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Griselle Sterling, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. David Stevens, Bachelor of Arts. Haley Stevens, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Stacy Stevens, Bachelor of Arts. Peter Stienstra, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Emily Rose Stockard, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Noella Stone, Bachelor of Arts. Tara Stonier, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. James Stowe, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Ruth Strauss, Bachelor of Arts. Mackenzie Strickland, Bachelor of Arts. Krista Stubbs, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Diamond Sturkey, Bachelor of Arts. Caitlin Sullivan, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Christine Sullivan, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michaela Sullivan, Bachelor of Arts. Becky Sutherland, Bachelor of Arts. Shelby Swigert, Bachelor of Arts. Molly Sykes, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. John Tate, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Muhammad Ali Tahampton, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Kira Talford, Bachelor of Arts. Michelle Tallman, Bachelor of Arts. Priscilla Tanko, Bachelor of Arts. Adriana Tapia, Bachelor of Arts. Dawn Tarver, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Katie Tate, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Stephanie Tate, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Carling Taylor, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Ian Taylor, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kimberly Taylor, Bachelor of Arts. Daryl Teague, Bachelor of Arts. Anne-Marie Terrell, Bachelor of Arts. Fallon Terrell, Bachelor of Arts. Dara Terry, Bachelor of Arts. Jonah Thatcher, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Rachel Thayer, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jonathan Thiel, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Philip Theodore, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Sarah Tebow, Bachelor of Arts. Kiara Thierry, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Courtney Thomas, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jazz Thomas, Bachelor of Arts. Kiana Thomas, Bachelor of Arts. Matthew Thomas, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Bianca Thompson, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Netra Thompson, Bachelor of Arts. Caleb Ticknor, Bachelor of Arts. Marissa Tierney, Bachelor of Arts. Brittany Terrell, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jessica Tonneson, Bachelor of Arts. Added Mary Torres Cintrone, Bachelor of Arts. Patricia Toth, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Laura Towner, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Amanda Tropizano, Bachelor of Arts. Letitia Travis, Bachelor of Arts. Anesma Trevino, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Christina Trudeau, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Hannah Sue Croft, Bachelor of Arts. Travis Turner, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Victoria Aloa, Bachelor of Arts. Destiny Oots, Bachelor of Arts. Paloma Valenzuela, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Andrew Van Eyck, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Eric Van, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Courtney Van Sickle, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Victoria Van Tassel, Bachelor of Arts. Amber Van Valkenburg, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Clifford Vassell, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Felipa Vasquez, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Amy Velez, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Abigail Villanueva, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Crystal Villanueva, Bachelor of Arts. Olivia Vincent, Bachelor of Arts. Stephanie Volker, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Elizabeth Vozea, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Caitlin Wade, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Megan Wager, Bachelor of Arts. Aaron Wagner, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Jennifer Walker, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Walsh, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Savannah Walters, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Madeline Wanser, Bachelor of Arts. Bruce Warner, Bachelor of Arts. Tanya Washburn, Bachelor of Arts. Cheryl Washington, Bachelor of Arts. Ricardo Washington, Bachelor of Arts. Kelly Wasser, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Heather Hobson, Bachelor of Arts. Kirsten Watkins, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Alexandria Whedon, Bachelor of Arts. Dale Welch, Bachelor of Arts. Carrie Welch, Bachelor of Arts. Bailey Welch Pomerantz, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Coulter Weldon, Bachelor of Arts. Lindy Wellner, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Brianna Wells, Bachelor of Arts. Alicia Welsh, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Juliana Wenninger, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Beckett West, Bachelor of Arts. Melissa Westerback, Bachelor of Arts. Brianna Watley, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Cheryl Wheeler, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. William Winery, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Alice Whipple, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jennifer White, Bachelor of Arts. Catherine White, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Marina White, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Rachel Patrina White, Bachelor of Arts. David Whitehead, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Camille Weiler, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jonathan Wiley, Bachelor of Arts. Maria Gabriela Wilford, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Ryan Wilkinson, Bachelor of Arts. Isla Williams, Bachelor of Arts. Clyde Williams, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Erlicia Williams, Bachelor of Arts. Jonyika Williams, Bachelor of Arts. Reginald Williams, Bachelor of Arts. Shakila Williams, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Ariel Willis, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Lisa Wilson, Bachelor of Arts. Malin Wilson, Bachelor of Arts. Danielle Weiner, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Robin Wing, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Nancy Winters, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Amy Wise, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Robin Wise, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Haley Wisely, Bachelor of Arts. Alicia Wisniewski, Bachelor of Arts. Amber Witham, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brittany Wolfdelader, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Austin Wondolowski, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Stephanie Wood, Bachelor of Arts. Kirsten Woolley, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Anita Woolway, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Regina Worrell, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Alana Wright, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Caitlin Wright, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michelle Wright, Bachelor of Arts. Shanice Wright, Bachelor of Arts. Stacy Wright, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Angela Wunder, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Aaron Yarian, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Julie Yoakum, Bachelor of Arts. Hannah Rose Young, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Joshua Young, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sandra Young, Bachelor of Arts. Catherine Zabierek, Bachelor of Arts. Joanne Zodkowicz, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Tina Zalo, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kathleen Ziegul, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Eva Zygmuntowicz, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Cassandra Zyx NFRYX, Bachelor of Arts. Amanda Laflamme, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Laudick, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Amber Leftricht, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Madison Levesque, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Roy Sean Lewis, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Billy Lewis Brown, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Stephen Lister, Bachelor of Science. O.C. Laurie, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Adam Macho, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Felicia McKenzie, Bachelor of Science. Marie Magana, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Brooke Maluski, Bachelor of Science. Michael Malashevsky, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Betsy Manston, Bachelor of Science. Jeffrey Manuel, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Tiffany Marshall, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Sally Marsalek, Bachelor of Science. Christopher Maxwell, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Christopher McClendon, Bachelor of Science. Brenda McDonald, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Courtney McKinney, Bachelor of Science. Tanish McLean, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Raven McMillian, Bachelor of Science. James McFetridge, Bachelor of Science. Brittany McSparron, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Kimberly Meeks, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Amarani Marino Ramos, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Alexa Meserve, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Giovanni Milan, Bachelor of Science. Jacqueline Miller, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Adrian Morales, Bachelor of Science. Jonathan Moreno, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Carla Morgan, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Christina Mossi, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Catherine Myers, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Denise Knott, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Michelle Nicholson, Bachelor of Science. Zoe Nixon, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Carrie Noftsinger, Bachelor of Science. Rosanna Noriega, Bachelor of Science. Adriana Olivares, Bachelor of Science. Ashley Orduno, Bachelor of Science. Robert Page, Bachelor of Science. Courtney Page, Bachelor of Science. Alicia Palmer, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Joni Palmer, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Alyssa Panciaco, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Kenneth Pappas, Bachelor of Science. Stephanie Kirkland, Bachelor of Science. Brian Payne, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Nina Nona Payangaong, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. John Peischel, Bachelor of Science. Frank Pena, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Lorna Perez, Bachelor of Science. Damian Michael Perino, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Thomas Perna, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Colby Phillips, Bachelor of Science. Jason Pike, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Caitlin Pike, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Adrian Pineda, Bachelor of Science. Brandon Posey, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Mariah Powers, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Nora Prescott, Bachelor of Science. Lakeisha Pryor, Bachelor of Science. Cherise Randolph, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Angelina Rostelli, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Vilma Racinos, Bachelor of Science. Enrico Reedy, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Megan Rehard, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Kenneth Reed, Bachelor of Science. Jason Riley, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Pamela Richardson, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Natalie Rios, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Jennifer Rivera, Bachelor of Science. Dale Rock, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Cynthia Rodriguez, Bachelor of Science. Desire Rogers, Bachelor of Science. Renee Rosas, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Wendy Rosenbar, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Xavier Russell, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Davids Rositis, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Jason Rubik, Bachelor of Science. Kaylin Schultz, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Clarice Scipione, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Mary Sheridan, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Daniel Shin, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Stephen Shiplet, Bachelor of Science. Alyssa Slutz, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Christopher Smart, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Almira Smith, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Smith, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Jarrell Smith, Bachelor of Science. Mark Solomon, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Luis Soto, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Megan Sposato, Bachelor of Science. Kevin Stanhope, Bachelor of Science. Dylan Stanley, Bachelor of Science. Alexis Stomel, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Elena Strakosha, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Darla Tatter, Bachelor of Science. Dustin Textor, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Emily Thomas, Bachelor of Science. April Thompson, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Wendy Thompson, Bachelor of Science. Atalia Tracy, Bachelor of Science. Carolyn Tyler, Bachelor of Science. Michelle Valenzuela, Bachelor of Science. Samantha Vega, Bachelor of Science. Daphne Vieira, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Barbara Villanueva, Bachelor of Science. Stephen Wagoner, Bachelor of Science. Danae Wallace, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Jeremy Watson, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Jeremy Weber, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Brian Westcomb, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Kyle Whited, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Darlene Witt, Bachelor of Science. Emily Weideman, Bachelor of Science. Rebecca Wilkerson, Bachelor of Science. Ashley Wisner, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Alan Wood, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Amanda Wood, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Sandra Woodcock, Bachelor of Science. Catherine Woodington, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Zachary Renovics, Bachelor of Science. John Ray, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Lindsay Wright, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Kevin Zinser, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Joseph Zerali, Bachelor of Science, cum laude.
Congratulations to the newest graduates of Southern New Hampshire University. On behalf of the Alumni Board of Directors, I am honored to officially welcome you into the SNHU Alumni Association. Today, more than 156,000 SNHU alumni around the world congratulate you on your success and hope you will be an active part of our global SNHU community. At this time, if you are one of our learners who has earned an associate's or bachelor's degree, I invite you to participate in the ceremonial tradition of moving your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left. As you go forth today, always remember the university's motto, Summa Optimaque, in English, the greatest and the best. And indeed, you are. Congratulations again.